Oh my goodness. Been a while. In fact, I looked back at the channel and it's something around 6 years ago was the first time I made an appearance on this channel. So, been a long time since I've been part of NFI. I didn't bother to look up the last video that I was in on the channel. Probably like 3 years ago or so. I don't know. Dave will know. Dave always knows. Friendship. Thanks, guys. Everyone's videos have been great. And I wish I could tell you that I had the mental capacity to remember most of what really any of you said, but honestly, the only thing that's popping into mind is when Elliot's camera dropped to the ground, and I thought that was rather funny, and I enjoyed that, especially knowing that Elliot is quite the pro at videography. So when thinking about friendship, yeah, there's a lot of different directions you can go with talking about friendship, but yeah, for me, where I wanted to go, especially in light of everything that's going on with the pandemic all over the world, is that friendship is something really, really special, and I think it's a little more unique than most of us give it credit for. You see, my thing that I've determined, and I'm not the only one, I've talked to several people about this in the last year or so. It was a whole lot easier to make friends back in high school and in college, just because you were around a lot of people all the time, and it was kind of easy to become friends, easy to go hang out. But now that I'm an adult in my own house that I own, which is weird to say, with my own yard that I have to mow, garden for those of you that don't speak American, my own flowers I have to upkeep, trees that I have to water, my own house that I have to take care of everything on, whether it's plumbing or changing out the filters or anything. I have to do it all now. Yeah. Oh, I bought a car recently. Like, I'm an adult. I am here. I am an adult. I don't have any kids yet with my wife. We do have 2 fur babies, Walt and Hap. Let me show them to you here. Let's go for an adventure and we'll come set back up. I'm keeping them locked up so they don't bother me, but also we've had some health issues lately because one of them used the bathroom on the bed today. Hey, Walt. No, buddy. Hey, Hap, you too. Come on, let's go back inside, please. Oh, this went. Oh, you're not supposed to go in this room. This room is not for you guys. Oh, this went so wrong, so fast. Walt, how are you feeling? You okay? Oh, and I'm building furniture right now. That's why the place is a mess. I was in the middle of this when I remembered that I even needed to make this video. Hey guys, fine. I'll let you out and I'll finish the video here. Yeah, the place is a mess. Like, I have to keep a blanket on the nice new chairs that we bought because that one will scratch at them and has already almost ruined them. And I have their medicine and food out, and we've been working on hanging. Like, guys, packages just arrived, and I've opened them up. And Hap was having health issues, so he had to wear the cone. I'm still putting all the furniture together, so it's. I really need friends right about now. Let me set this shot back up here. I don't even know how the placement is on this shot, but we'll go with it. So yeah, I think friends are really special, and I think that the older you get, the harder they are to come by, especially new ones. I've never been the kind of guy to think that you stop being friends with someone just because you don't talk to them much anymore or haven't talked to them in a long time. I have quite a few friends, including Dave now, who we only really talk every once in a while, but I don't personally see Dave as any less of a friend of mine. We may not be as close as we once were, but I try not to let that diminish the closeness that we did have. And what I mean by that is we may not be keeping in touch as much and know as much about each other's lives as we did, but he is still equally near and dear to me. I cherish my friendship with Dave, and if we lived closer together, I would certainly hang out with him more. But we kind of have this whole pond called the Atlantic Ocean between us, including other parts of the United States and the United Kingdom between us. And so it's a little difficult to maintain a really close relationship, especially when someone like me doesn't have a lot of time to spend on the internet. So what I want to get out of this video is that I think it's important that we maintain the friendships that we do have, even in little ways. Like I got this call from a friend that I haven't spoken to, I kid you not, since high school the other day. And well, really, he texted me and he was like, hey, we need to catch up. And guys, I don't talk to people on the phone. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. So I get a text saying that he wants to talk to me, and I panicked. I didn't want to call him. I didn't want to talk to him. And it wasn't that I didn't want to talk to him. It's that I didn't want to talk on the phone with him and start that whole thing. And so I just didn't really know where to go with that. But ultimately he said something that caught my attention. He said he had a bone to pick with me. And so I had no choice but to call him. And we ended up talking for about an hour, and it was awesome just to catch up, because we used to hang out a lot back in high school, and to hear his story, how he met his wife and what they're doing now. And we actually live kind of close to each other now. He's got a brother in the area. So we're hoping when this pandemic's all gone that we get to hang out and introduce our wives to each other. And we just got to catch up. He got to hear mine and my wife's story. I got to hear he and his, and we just got to find out, how we ended up where we currently are in life. And so here I am. I have friends online, Dave, Elliot, a lot of the OGs. I don't think I'm necessarily an OG on the channel. My appearance was a couple months in. I think 2 months into the project is when I made my first appearance, 2 or 3. But I do keep up with people from time to time. I was texting a buddy yesterday that I hadn't spoken to in a while, and I was like, man, really need us to catch up. And I'm hoping to actually have a phone call with him later today just to catch up and see how he's doing. He works at Disney World, and of course he's been furloughed. So I'm trying to see if there's any way that I can help him out, just because I'm in kind of a good situation. So yeah, I think now more than ever, it's a good time to keep up with your friends that you can reach out to via the internet and the phone. Even though we can't hang out in person, it is good, whether it's Google Hangouts or who knows what, just talking to people, or just even letting someone know you're thinking about them. I texted someone 2 days ago and I was like, hey, are you okay? I know we haven't talked in a while, just checking on you and your family. And she said that text made her day and that they were doing great, all things considered. But just that little text, we had a short little conversation, but it felt good to be part of that for me, and it did for her. So if you have people you haven't spoken to in a while, reach out, just say, hey. It doesn't have to be a lengthy conversation. I think it goes a long way just to say, hey, I do still care about you. I've been thinking about you, and I'd like to know if you're okay. And if you're in a position maybe to be able to help someone, offer to help. Most of the time, people are either going to be in a good shape or they're going to deny your help, because most people, there's a weirdness about accepting help from friends, but some people are going to be more than willing to accept your help. And so if there is any way you can help, do it. But yeah, just maintain some of those friendships. Let people know you're thinking about them. Now more than ever, let people know that you're thinking about them and that you care about them, because a lot of times they may just be sitting at home wondering, how's everyone doing? They may be depressed, who knows? So just reach out. Doesn't have to be a phone call. It can just be a couple texts back and forth. And I think it's important to be a good friend, and especially cherish those you have, because the older we get, the harder it is to make new friends. And that's not necessarily the case for everyone. That's painting with broad brushstrokes. But yeah, this one kind of turned into a long one and a bit of a rambling one, but friendships are important. The older you get, the harder they are to come by. Just because you haven't spoken to someone in a long time doesn't mean they aren't still your friend, even though you don't necessarily know as much about each other's lives. Like, there may be things you don't talk about anymore like you used to, but you can still cherish them, cherish those memories, and that doesn't make them any less of a friend. So let them know you care. Let them know you're thinking about them. And yeah, let's just try to be good friends in what is a very difficult time for many, many people and see what we can do to help them. So, sorry for the boring, ranty video. I came into this with a couple ideas of what I wanted to talk about, but in true fashion of me, it kind of got away from me. So I'm going to see if I can't edit it down a little bit, but I'm hoping it won't be much longer. I don't know. Anyway, I may just cut out some of the beginning bits where I talk about not knowing how to do this anymore. Yeah, so I believe Dave told me that I was signing off to Brendan. I don't know if I'll see you tomorrow, but I think I'm seeing you next. Oh no, that time got away from me. Walt, you doing okay? You want to say hey to everybody? No, I'm sleepy. We've had a tough day. Okay.